I'm not full screen. Sorry about that. Hello. My name is Heather Aston, and this is my channel, TT's Trinkets and Treasures. Unless you're watching me over on Facebook, then it's my Facebook page. I hope that you will find this video informative and entertaining enough that you'll want to hit that subscribe button and change the notification bell to all so you never miss the release of one of my videos in the future. If you are a constant viewer, otherwise known as my treasures, welcome. I hope that you guys will have fun too. If everybody wouldn't mind taking a second to hit that like button, maybe share the link for this video or drop me a line after and let me know what you thought of this video, or if you have something you would like me to do in a future video. So, Beth did get back to me. She was not going live today. So that's good there. Let's say hello. Hi. There's not a bunch of people so far. Well, there's Beth herself. Hello, Mary and Beth and Heather. I'm glad that you could join us. So what I was thinking was I'm nowhere near done creating with the May and June boxes, and I had a couple of different things that I wanted to do. So I pulled them out and thought we could just take a peek and start putting some beads out on the mat and see if there was one that just like called to us. And that's the one that we needed to do today. So we have a few different options. I had another one and I don't see it now and I'm sad because it was that dendritic jasper. That looked so pretty with the little leopard head. Which, Cindy, if you're here, babe, I promise I have plenty. Hello, Leah. Welcome, everybody. Yeah, we have a couple of different options. Hold on, oh, there it is. And then we could even pull out the batik beads with the dendritic jasper because it looks so pretty. But let's go down to the mat so you guys can see what I'm referring to. If we need to bring this slower in a while, we can, no problem. Pulled all of these out just so that Cindy wasn't worried I was almost out of them. I'm nowhere near almost out of them. So, so I haven't used this yet. And I've gone back and forth on if I want to use smoky quartz or if I want to use bronzite, maybe a combination of the two with some gold accents. I haven't quite figured that out yet. Then I still have this pendant that I finally figured out what I needed to do to keep it in place. So I have that, which we could put one of this onyx bicone. We could even herringbone it, but we don't need to. It's just kind of thing. I have another one like this somewhere, just don't know where. That I still have one that is by itself. And then, like I said, that just looks gorgeous to me. I don't know. It just if there was a pendant that went with the Serengeti, I think it would be that one. Hi, Donna. And I even have the two little cheetah charms out in case we do go here. I thought we could make a pair of really simple little earrings. I do also have these black and silver flowers that if we wanted to add them in, we could, but I don't know why I pulled them out now, just looking at them. But today was just about playing. I know that most of you guys like to have the various different lives throughout the day. So I thought I'd pop on, say how toodaloo, and see how everybody's doing. But I don't know. I'm not quite sure yet. I'm trying to figure it out what it is. I don't, if this doesn't look, I wish I had a smaller one of these. I probably do, and it's just not like hitting me that I do. I do have some, well, I have this one that's smaller, but as you see, it's not quite as impressive, but it doesn't need to be like all crazy. It's a smaller one, but I have to have a little something else. And it doesn't have to be a bicone either. Like I said, I have these cubes, these faceted cubes that are really pretty that we could use in a necklace. This would probably be one that I kept very simple, probably just like, I don't even know that I would bead it all the way up. This might just be one, or I'm sorry, this one. I'm pointing at the wrong one, sorry. This might just be one that stays very simple. Maybe just some gold spacers and the cubes, though I really would like other sparkles. I don't know why hello, Heather. You just used it yesterday. But where's the bigger one? I have the spinel, obviously. That was the one that I was like, hello, wake up. And I have a bunch of different gold spacers. I have some little triangles that might look cute. Put those back where they belong. So did I put the other ones back where they belong and that's why I couldn't find them? No. Okay, well, I have these. I have bigger rondelles. I told you guys, they're referring me to a neurologist just to make sure that nothing's going on that isn't just part of jerk gums, but I'm trying to see. Hello. So let me take a peek. I have to tell you, if you have an option to like put your beads behind curtains, it's kind of rewarding to just like sling them back like that. Like, you know how they did in the movies where they would just like open the curtains all dramatically? Yeah, that's the feeling I get, but like the bead version of that, it's a lot of fun. It's silly, I know, but that's me. I'm let's see. I need to get these shelves actually sorted and like a cohesive, organized thing, but it hasn't happened yet, and it probably won't happen today. Let's see what I have. In the Bead Apothecary, these are more gray. I don't know why I pulled those ones down. They're pretty, but this is the jar I was looking for. I don't know why I pulled these down. They're just going to get in the way. I don't need something in my way right now. But these could work. Taking a quick peek just to make sure I'm not forgetting something else that I have. What is this? That's no. This is why people like to shop my stash. It's so crazy big that people could easily order $200 worth of my beads and I still wouldn't remember that I had them. Okay, I don't know why I would put these back, but I do have these spacers that we could do in between, but not necessary. I also found some more spinel, so I decided to grab it. I just don't know that this one specifically came from Bernie's. So until I can get a gauge of the whole size, I don't want to match it with the one or put it with the ones that did come from Bernie's that I know has a good hole size. These ones may have been from Bernie's. But I have the spinel and then I have a whole little I have a whole jar here of different sizes of black crystals. We have itty bitty drops, medium drops, and these are all drilled top to bottom. So it's not like we have to stay to, all of these can be strung, is what I'm trying to say. What if we did, oops, where's my wire? I always have a piece of wire out so that when I'm trying to figure out if things will look good with each other, I can see how they'd look strung. Trusty copper wire to the rescue. Oh, is this 18 gauge? It is, but it's, all right. We could do something like this, but maybe with gold in between. I wouldn't want anything really big, but I have a whole bunch of these little triangle beads. They accidentally got mixed with the silver ones and I still haven't cleaned them out. Probably because I found some that were by themselves in the silver that I've been using. So I haven't been forced to clean them out as of yet. But here, let's start with that and see if we want it before I go to the trouble of pulling it all off. But we could do a drop, one of the little gold triangles like that, the disc, another gold triangle, and then a drop on the other side, like so. And then we would just maybe put a larger gold ball spacer at this point and then start the pattern over again. I feel like this might be a little big. That's the only thing that's making me Maybe it's just me and I'm being silly. But hold on. I also have a well-documented case of bead FOMO, as most of you know. I have a ton of spacers. It's why. And I have a lot of them in gold because I tend to go on like a metal kick, and I use one metal for a while and then I get over it. I think this is a little too big, but I like it better than the triangles. So let me pull out, I have other smaller options. We used the donuts yesterday. I have some very simple, like I have some very simple, just flat disc spacers that we can try. I, of course, have daisy spacers, but you guys know mine are a little bit thicker than the standard daisy spacer. So these are just bigger than the, I think this is going to be the winner. This is amazing. I like that a lot. I don't think the gold's taking over, but the gold's there. What do you guys think? Do we like this? And then I could even use like one of the little bit larger ones in between two sections of the pattern. Like, and you know what? If we did that, where did I put the rest of those? They are listed there. I believe they were in this container. No, those aren't the right ones. Where did I put them? They were right there, sorry. Nope, this one's different. I don't know what I did with the other ones. That looks pretty too. What I was thinking is that we could even stack, not these ones are too fat, but we could even stack gold and then go back to the thing. Smaller baser does show it more, yes. I don't know which triangles you're referring to, Beth. I'm trying to figure out, like, if I want to add in the other spacer. I'm just thinking that we could stack it and make it its own moment, or we can just grab out, like, I don't know, 6mm ball spacer. That would look good. Like, that could be an option, or we could stack. So let's just get out some stringing wire. And then we have like all the different sizes. And we can go up or down in these sizes. If we wanted it a little bit smaller, we could take these off and just use spacers in between. So I'm not like married to anything yet. What color? Just like I do not know what color wire we should use today. Like I said, I didn't have anything specific planned, but I was feeling okay. And I know that this is kind of can be part of your schedule. So I just, since I was feeling all right, I thought I'd pop on. Okay. And like I said, I don't even know that we will make this a fully beaded piece. We might like decide to go another way. So let's just see here. I think we could put 2 smaller drops right at the center with like the pointier pieces facing in so that they kind of keep the pendant like up off. So once there's more beads there, it would look like that. And then that's what the pendant is sitting on. Or we could even put a ball spacer under there just so that the teardrops show more. If that one will fit inside. It does fit inside. But I think I liked it better just the teardrop. Okay. Let's start stringing. You've got that on. Okay. Let's take some of these bigger guys out. I don't want to go too big because the pendant isn't small, but it's also not huge. So I don't want to use beads that would like, it wouldn't look not symmetrical. I don't know what I was going to say. Okay. Those ones are the bigger ones. Those are there. All right. I might have to put this back out as we get further into this project. Put these away now so I don't get up from my desk and leave them undone. Might as well take care of that right now. Okay. So we don't have a bead soup. Oh, does it fully go through? It does. Okay. Let me make sure. All right. So we have those at the center. So we could, besides those little drops with these, no, this size, the second size, right above it will be so cute and elegant. Okay. So I think we decided Daisy Spacer. I think if I know what you're talking about, Beth, I think you're talking about the like bronze and gold and hi Dot, hi Barbara, hello Tina. Did I miss anybody else? Let me see. I don't think so. I already have a whole second strand strung up that I'm going to use with something for this box. I just haven't found the perfect project for it quite yet. So this is what I have right now. We're not doing this right now. So those can go off to the side. They're only out to make sure Heather knows that I still have plenty if we were to use some of those today. Okay, so if we go there, let's see if these are small enough to go up against there. And then we can just start our pattern. Honestly, I even think putting the spinel in here instead of these gray crystals would also look pretty because they're a bit sparklier. Like they have, because they're finely faceted. See, I'm not gonna lie, I wish these were 6mm and not 8mm wide, but they're still really pretty and elegant looking. So let's just see what this would look like. I like that, but I also want to see what the next size up would look like. That's a very nice size to go in between the pattern, but I just want to check and see. You guys like the larger? I kind of like the way the larger looks. And then I would just keep going with the pattern. Okay, Doc's like, yes, the big one's good. Okay, I thought so. I like the bigger one myself. Let's put this one away, put the lid back on it, pour out some of these. Put this out of elbow reach so I don't knock anything over while I'm stringing here. Okay. Same with the daisy spacers. And when I say that my daisy spacers are thicker, they really are. They're like the width of 2 regular ones. I need to order more to try to find those again for you guys. But I really like them. Hi, Gracia. Some of these, the top part are a little bit longer. So it's kind of making it seem like there's 2 sizes here. But there's not. It just looks that way. Because when I lay them down, they're all the same. I know this from past experience. I've even measured them. Some of them just have a bit of a longer top portion of the drop. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and pop over to the other side. Put a clippy on just to make sure nothing falls off. Heather, in case you didn't know, at Carolyn-Gracia goes by Gracia. You can totally call her Caroline, but it's Gracia, and that's how it's pronounced. There's a word I just made up on the fly. Goodness. Oh, wait. Is that what I did? Is that what I want to do? Real quick, I want to see what it would look like if we... I think the ball spacer is going to be way too big, but I just want to check to see. I don't think it's too big at all. So I'm going to pull this daisy spacer off, put the ball spacer on because I like the ball spacer better. Because it is more, it's the way we're doing it. I'll just pop this on there, put the little one, and then another ball spacer, and do this side. And hey, who knows? We might even be able to do more than one full piece today. And I hope that you didn't like think I was like correcting you or anything. I just know that the most important thing anyone else can hear on any given day is somebody say their name. So I like to make sure that I'm pronouncing everybody's name the way that they're. I put the. No, I didn't put that one on backwards. So I'm just. That's why I let you know. It's weird hearing me say my name now that you're a follower, but I love that you are. Okay, I think I'm just about where I left off on the other side once I put this last set on, and then we can decide if we think that the length is good and we just want to add chain the rest of the way. I do need one more ball spacer. Let's move this out so that once I put this on here, you can see that our pattern all lines up. It does. So, oops. So this is where we are. So far we have oh, we don't have very much. We're only at like 3.5 inches of beaded space. So let's go for one more pattern and then decide if we're going to continue with the pattern or add chain at that time. Boop. Swap the clip. Yeah, I think this is what we needed to do. Just looking at it, it looks better to me already. Just adding that next beaded portion. So here's where we are now. Do we want to keep, and I'm sorry, I am trying to keep the whole necklace. So we continue to go up, or we can just do chain up and around the back. What do we think? That's funny. You know probably why? Because I was getting ready and fiddling with my beads on the mat rather than I was listening to her live. Hi, Valerie. Listening to her live, but I didn't see the completed picture. I did, however, hear. Hold on. Let me just go. Because now I want to see the finished picture now that it's done. Let's see. Oh yeah, that's pretty. And she did the full beaded. She went all the way up with hers. Yeah, that's really pretty. It is similar. That's cute. Okay, so it would be gold chain. Chain around the back. What color chain? Love it, love it, love it. Let's see. Yeah, that's where I'm at. I can show you the different options that I have. I'm kind of hoping one of us will. If somebody hears an update on Lynn, please let us know. I think that's a little too chunky, but I'm going to grab it. That's definitely too, well. Okay, we have a few options as far as chain goes. I'm going to start with the biggest one, and then we'll kind of go down. I have this oval Rolo style link. That could be the chain for the rest of it. And I actually don't think it's too big when I look on the screen. It looks like it would go nicely with it, but this is option one. I'm going to stick them across my keyboard in order. Then the next one is this, though it's a softer gold. It feels like something got on this chain. So I don't know why that piece feels weird. I'll try to clean it later, but I have this one. As I said, this is probably over copper, not over stainless steel or brass because it's kind of that softer gold. But when you put it with the pendant, it makes the pendant look way, I don't know how to say this. It just makes this look more yellow versus gold. So I'm not really a fan of that one, but it's option two. And then I have my little paper clip chain. I do have bigger paper clip chain. I would just have to find it. Because I do have bigger gold paper clip chain. I know that. But it doesn't really match. I don't know. So I have this thin paper. It's kind of the same as number two, that this is more of a softer gold than them. And then I have this itty bitty teeny tiny that would look pretty with it. Just keep all of the focus on the beaded portion. And then this is just, I don't know why I have two. Oh, this one is more round and this is a tad bit more oval. So I'm personally leaning to one of these three. Those are the options I like best right now. What do you guys think? Oh, yeah, it's at like 2 p.m. her time, I believe. Can I get colored chain? What do you mean? Do not go too big or you lose the effect. The smaller oval or the larger oval? What do you mean by colored chain? Who said that? Dot, what did you mean by colored chain? I actually somewhere up here had black box chain on my desk that wouldn't look. Yeah, here's the double strand that I did a while ago. I just haven't made the necklace to go with it. But I have this, but this is way more bronze leaning over gold leaning. Man, where is that box chain? It's really pretty. I just don't know how to finish it off. I was actually going to ask Rosanna to teach me how to do that so I could use it. I'm not finding it though. Okay. So are we going with small ovals? Mary said small oval, white, black, red. Yes, I could find that. I don't know if you mean for this piece or for like the sale next or possibly next weekend. Or just personal shop for you. I could definitely personal shop for you. Okay. So I think we'll go with the small oval. Then should we double strand it in honor of Lynn, who always asks me to double strand it? She loves a good double strand of chain. We could do it in her like with her in mind, because it's so small that I don't think 2 strands would look bad. So, but we can decide that. Okay, so I have to measure this to figure out how much chain I need. The beaded portion right there, I'm just going to hold it in place, is right at 5 inches, so 10 inches. So I need at least 4.5, 5 inches of this chain. Personal shop for you. Okay, yep, I can do that. Yes, we should double strand it for Lynn. Okay. She'll get a kick out of that. That'll make her smile when she watches this later. I need a thinner gauge of wire to hold and measure out my chain so it's all the same length. Okay, put the first, well, I don't need to put the first strand on there. Oh, why did I take the clip off? Heather. Good thing this, I can string pretty quickly, I say as I fumble my way through this. I'm trying to get better at my stringing off the mat, but As you can tell, I still go back to picking up the beads. Okay, and then this way. See? Okay, so we said 4.5 to 5 inches of chain. I think I'm gonna go with 4.5 because we will still have the clasp. Okay, I just want to measure this, pull tight. Yeah, we're like, yes, we want 5 inches. I just wanted to double check before I cut any chain. Pull that down, grab my cutters, cut the first link. It totally sounded like it just cut, didn't it? Now I've got to cut off this first little bit of chain because there's a piece on there somewhere that went click in my cutters. And I would not want whoever bought it to get it home and it fall because the chain was broken. And now I can just put this on to measure the other 3 lengths of chain. And all I do is like stick it on a piece of wire and then I just hold it up and see, I run my fingers down and I cut the link and then I hold it back up just in case I did what I did, which was to cut it one smaller. I thought I did that too. I knew it the second I cut it. I was like, oh. Mm-hmm. And my advice when cutting chain is to like, typically I cut it to what I think is too long, or one link longer. Come on. Okay. Now those. And I would not leave like several lengths of the chain on the wire with each other as you go through because they all kind of swing around. Making them like it's more difficult to get the size. Okay, come on. Let's behave, chain. I just need to double check that I cut you to the right length. Okay. Pretty sure this one is 1 length too long. Okay, now we have those, which we can direct connect to the chain. Let me grab some crimps. I will only need 2 crimps, not 3, because I will be using jump rings for the rest. Okay, so we're going to put our crimp tube on. We're going to put our 2 sections of chain. I know some people, sorry, option 2 for the sale. Okay, got you. Yes, Dorothy, I can do that. I have to go get pricing for the lawn as well. So we'll be good. And then I'm just going to run this back through my crimp tube. I like to direct connect. I feel like it's safer that way. I know some people are like, well, I'm going to do something. Some people are like, well, you'll have to restring it. My thing is, you can cut off this chain and join the next chain with a jump ring. So I feel this is more secure. I'm going to try a little thing that I did before that I really ended up liking the way it looks, which is to put a seed bead, or not in this case. This case I'm using a gold spacer, but you put one of the little spacers in between your two sections, your two pieces of chain, and then they don't look twisted when you wear it. It just holds them apart ever so slightly. And I'll show you what I mean once I crimp this. Okay, back through the crimp tube. I want there to be plenty of room for our chain and our little ball spacer. So I like to go a little bit wider than I normally do. Is that going to work with this chain? Will that just hold it apart? Or is that going to cause issues? I may not actually use it on this one. I think if I was attaching it with a jump ring, I'm going to attach this with a jump ring because I know it looks better on a jump ring. I can make a smaller loop on the beading wire and then just do what I just said that I don't often do. But I think it will work out in this case to do so. Okay, then I'm going to grab my magical crimpers. Oh, what happened? Woo! Yeah, I just saw that. Okay, let's see here. Hold on, let me see what happened. This cord is really finicky. Pixie is not the problem. Just a second. Let me see. Where are you at, Pixie? There you are. Okay. It's not facing the right way, though. He's not. So before I show him. Okay, behave, Pixie. And we're back. Sorry about that. I hope you guys weren't all sitting there for a long period. I apologize. Anyways, as I was saying, this is Magical Crimper. Inside is a little concavity that will turn your crimp tube into a little crimped bead that looks very nicely. So you just want to center that up and squish, not crazy hard, and then squish again, and my crimp tube is done. So there's that side. We can let gravity become our friend and get the other down. come back through. I don't have the best peripheral vision. Again, my daughter asked me, her new thing that she asks me a lot is, do you ever get tired of being a medical anomaly? And I'm like, every day of my life. Okay, there's still fluidity, it's still moving around, but this isn't shifting apart in the middle like it was. Even pull that. So then I'm just going to squish and squish. And that's all these do. Somebody asked the other day to see it up against the crimp tubes from Beadsmith that I had before. Let me get, that is the difference in the bail at the end. So if you've ever had problems with your magical crimper, I can share the link. If you don't have problems with the other magical crimper, then you wouldn't need it. I was having a lot of mine look like an hourglass because on here, see right there how there's that little spot up at the top or bottom, whichever way you're holding your pliers. I was getting that on mine all the time. And oftentimes you guys would see me redo the first crimp, and then I go and do the second crimp, and I didn't like it. So I became very proficient at cutting crimp tubes off without excess damage to the wire. But I wasn't showing the second crimp on screen because I was never happy with it. I seriously only have to squish it twice. That's it. So if you've had a problem, let me know. I will send you a link. If you haven't, then I'm happy for you. I don't have to use a helper strand anymore. Those of you who have been a longer time viewing, I used to put another strand in to try to make it easier and to get a fatter looking crimp. Okay, here they are. Sorry, I couldn't find my oval jump rings. And so it just is easier for me personally. But I like them. You're okay. Don't apologize. We're just finishing up this necklace. I'm trying to decide if I want to put, I think I might just attach each chain individually to the necklace because I have the itty bitty tiki tots. So I'm trying to decide if that will look better with two. And we're putting two strands in solidarity to our double chain loving beady sister, Lynn, who is getting, I believe, her second ablation in her leg. I went through that recently on both of my legs. So let's make sure this isn't crowder since I made the loop smaller. No, actually I like the way that looks. The crimp, because the crimp or the oval jump rings, the little tiki tots that I got from Randy and or Amazon. I believe these ones are from Randy. Are the same shape, shape of the chain itself, so it looks nice. And then we will just add our clasp and we would be done. The only other thing I haven't done yet that I want to do is that I want to create a necklace with a front and or side closure with that really those gorgeous the gorgeous cheetah clasps. I haven't done that yet. Okay. I need you out of my way. There we go. And then we will get some larger oval jump rings to connect for the clasp and to put them, like use it as the closure. I'm going to, oh, I meant to pull out 2 of those. Are those the right size? I think this size will work. I'm going to do a jump ring in between, just so that when whoever wears this goes to attach it, they're not fighting for space with the chain. So I'm just going to make it so that that's not a concern. So I'll use this to connect the chain, and then I will add a second jump ring that will be the clasp or the thing that attaches the clasp. I hope that makes sense. Clasping a necklace is tricky enough to begin with, so if I can do anything to keep it from being extra, like look at all this that I'm having problems with, getting it on this damn jump ring. Thank you. Yeah, I don't want it to be something they go to put on once and they had such trouble putting it on that then they don't want to wear it. Okay, left, right hand. Thank you. Pearl, I can grab it right now for you, hon. On the picture, it looks yellow. The crimper you get in the mail is not yellow. And on the Amazon listing, it says that the brand is generic, but it's not actually generic. It's Beadsmith. It comes in Beadsmith packaging and everything else. It's all the same. Hold on, let me go over to my other screen and open up Amazon. Go to my orders, search crimper. It has the same It has the same copyright link. All of that is completely the same. It's just that. Oh, okay. You had to shut off your phone. It probably, yeah, the heat. I figured as much. All right. Love you. Please don't work as late as you did yesterday in the heat. Oh, why didn't I fill up my coffee before I did it? Anyways, as I was saying, the one that the listing says generic and the picture is it's yellow, but that's not what you get. And it comes in beadsmith packaging. It's just different. And I'm really tempted to like email them or call them and say, hey guys, I don't know if you guys considered that like a bad batch or you didn't like the production, but everybody in my little community that's got it love the smaller one. So it's so much easier. You may want to consider using that as the permanent design of it. But yeah, that's just me. Okay, I'm going to add the clasp on now. It would help if I had a clasp out, right? Yeah. Okay. All of my 18 karat gold clasps, 18 karat gold plated clasps. And I purposely have ones that are plated over brass, over stainless steel, over copper. I have all of the colors because I know that the golds are never the same. And that even the core metal changes the color of it. Come on. Do your little clicky. And if you get an oval jump ring that like tense when it comes together, just apply a little bit of pressure right at where the jump ring is and squish it down, and you'll get a more pleasant shape, but it also gives you a tighter closure. So there's that. Wow, I've been at this longer than I thought I was. Sorry. So here's our first one. I like it. I do like that I did chain up the back. So I personally rarely do beaded chain all the way up, but there are certain occasions where I'm like, yeah, no, it needs to be. But yes, her birthday was yesterday. Her birthday was the 29th, whenever that was for Mary. Oh, Mary, there is I'm almost positive it's this season, but there is a young woman on this year's AGT that tried out and got the gold buzzer or the gold thing with all, so she went straight to the lives, and I immediately thought of you. It was like, oh, Mary's gonna love that. So I was like, oh, I've got to tell her. Yeah, I think that's gonna be the right length too. I don't know why I'm even trying to put. Oh, I got it. Ooh, it could have even got a little bit longer, but I really like where it's sitting. I may add an extender chain on because it's right in that like hollow spot. I don't mind it. It's what I call Becky length. That's the length. And then when I do a long necklace, I like to call it sweater length, meaning that for those of us that, you know, are fully endowed and don't want our pendant directly in the middle of our cleavage is done. But yes. You're just gonna call her your beautiful feather since she's Heather. It doesn't offend me. I hope it doesn't offend her. No, I really like that. Okay, I can do another one if you guys are down for another one, or I can just do the little earrings and we can call it a day. It's completely up to you guys. I'm going to be sitting here regardless because I have some ideas that have been percolating for a couple of days. Well, I may go. We have the itty bitty black drops. Thank you, Tina. Wait, why is it doing that? Okay. I do want to do the earrings with these little cheetah charms that we have. And then I can make another necklace. Not those ones. Those ones are a bit too small. I want. Oh, come on, really? I'm not going to be able to find the size I want today. Oh, there they are. The ones I was seeing were either just too small or just too big. So I was like, man. What do you guys think? Simple. Oh, thank you. Yeah, I like these. I like to say that I'm in my Mrs. Roper era during the summertime and sometimes in the wintertime as well. It's not a top, it's actually a caftan or a muumuu. Yeah. So, oh, hon, you make beautiful jewelry too. Okay, so I think, where did I just set the necklace? Right there. Let me see here. Why am I thinking that I have? The only thing is if we keep it super dainty like this, obviously we're not going to have our disc spacers. So we would just have to decide if Cindy, and also I wore my bright turquoise leopard print one yesterday. I have them in all different sizes. Oh wait, did somebody join on that I'm not seeing? Hi, Suze. Yes, we are. Also, I will tell you that it is proven that if you do what I call a second focal, it draws the eye from the pendant up to the secondary focal, and then your face. So, yeah. Okay. And I have all different colors. I love them. Also, with my Durkheim's disease, there are days that it literally hurts to wear clothes. My dog's tail brushing up my leg was horrible yesterday. Like, I had to kick him out of here after I got off because I just couldn't have them in here. And it's nothing that they could have an issue with, but you know. So I wouldn't be able to put the gray disc spacer in there, but I kind of like this. And remember what I said yesterday, Cindy? I'm lucky because when I look at something, I'm looking at it at an angle here. But if I look at it on my screen, I'm getting the overview shot, which helps a lot. So you might just want to stand up and look down at your mat rather than going at an angle, the natural angle your eye will take looking down at your bead mat. So just a little tip. I really like it, but yes, were you going to say something to me? What was it? Just that, Cindy. Just that sometimes you need to stand up and look down at your mat because it really does change the way that it looks to you. So that's what I was going to say. Gold wire. Wah, 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 wah. I don't want 18 gauge, but I do want 20 gauge. So I think this is 20 gauge. Yes, it is. Well, I don't know. I'm so glad I have my wire and my Lazy Susan now. Because the way I used to store it, it had, I would like have to pop it and then I could never see what the size was, which was very annoying. So it's going to pull out some craft wire. We don't need a whole heck of a lot. We just need 4 little pieces for the earrings themselves, and then some 4.5 centimeter pieces to make the ear wires themselves. So I will cut those right now. I always cut one just a touch lighter, or so that I can cut off the part that's not flush. Those are all good. Okay. Put the wire away. So I'm just gonna grab my, trying to decide, smaller loops or bigger loops. I think smaller. Okay, so the top one, I'm going to have just actually, I only need 2 pieces. Okay, so the top one is going to be these 2 beads, and then that will dangle off of the bottom. So I'm just going to cricket at a 90-degree angle. I go right into the bend. I come up, over, and down. I rotate my pliers till they're parallel with my mat, and I push that forward. And then I'm just going to bring that around just until it meets where the loop itself started on the other side. So it's technically only, I'm holding these in a really weird angle. It's technically only like a half of a turn, but I promise it's all you need. Oh my goodness, what am I doing? Oh, it still looks okay. Even though it was a little bit. Okay, there we go. Got it. See, even those people that you consider your teachers have little mishaps. It happens to all of us. So I need to put the gold on first. I hope I didn't grab the 44.5 millimeter ones. And then I'm going to put on the crystal. We want this one going the opposite direction, I believe. And we're going to make our little loop. Be careful not to get too close to the crystal. You don't want it to crack. I'm going to pull the wire just to make sure I have the prettiest looking loop I can. And then we'll just open these, attach the little cheetahs, little cheetah charms. I don't know why I thought that I would be wire wrapping the cheetah. At most, I would have just attached it with the jump ring. But as I'm sure anyone who's been here for a while knows, I prefer direct connect whenever possible. I just feel it's the most secure. So come on, Mr. Cheetah, get out of my way. Thank you. Because most people, they're going to buy a necklace, and if the jump ring fails, a lot of people would just throw them away, which we don't want because they don't know how to fix it. Okay, get my loops perpendicular to each other. I believe that's what I need. Yes. Okay. And then we will do the other one. I believe these are the 4.5 centimeters. I'm almost positive they are. We'll take the longer one just to be nice to myself. And these are the Beadsmith micro pliers, micro tool line, and I really like them. I will tell you that I have found that making loops with at least the first step of the bail making pliers is the better option than doing a small one, because sometimes the links will get, I don't know why, I only ever use these to get in like close. So I don't know why I have them out right now, because they skip off of each other like that all the time, and it drives me nuts. That's like, as a beater, that's like the equivalent of nails on the chalkboard to a teacher, you know? That little like skip when the metal doesn't connect. There we go. Center my loop on my wire. Put the ball spacer on, the other crystal on. And we need the loop going in the opposite direction. Again, make sure that you don't get in too close, because then when you go to wrap your loop, there's not enough space unless it takes a piece of the crystal off. So I obviously don't want that. It doesn't look as nice. Center the bottom loop now. There we go. Oh, I forgot to attach the cheetah. Oops. I knew I was missing something. I just didn't know what. That's something that happens when you direct connect. You will have pieces, times when you have to redo it. Sorry about that. I think I will probably just put my cheetah on now, so I don't forget when we get to the other loop. There we go. Cut the excess, and then we can just do the top part secondary. No, and I don't know that I will. I've thought about using Whatnot, and I have part of my Square website set up. I just don't have it the rest of the way. So I also have my Instagram and my Facebook a little bit further along now as well. I need to start doing so. But if anybody is interested in purchasing a piece that I have made, just reach out to me. Just about everything I make is for sale. If it doesn't sell, then I'm more tempted to keep it for myself. But I have to actually get to the point where I'm putting out details of my piece, how long it is, what stones are used. Okay, on to my easy peasy 3-second ear wires. You don't have to do two at the same time if you follow these steps, because it makes sure that they're identical every time. So you're going to grab the wire right at the very tip so you don't feel it scratching between the first and second step. You're going to wrap that wire down and around itself until it hits the metal. Then you're going to take it off the mandrel, but scoot it down with the hoop facing away from whichever step you want to use to make your ear wires. That is totally a personal preference thing and something I kind of just leave up to you guys to do. But then I'm going to take this and I'm going to go down and over until it touches the loop. Then I have figured out that my Beadsmith, this is also part of their micro line, but the flat nose is the perfect length for the kick to hit right at that center loop. And I just pop it up and there's the first ear wire. And then I will show you when you get proficient at this, when I say that it takes 3 seconds, it really does take literally 3 seconds. And you have 2 identical ear wires that you will get the same each and every single time. It's like so, it's great. I love it. This is another thing that I showed Bernie that kind of blew his mind. He thinks how fast I can wire wrap is just crazy. But, okay, where are the pieces that we need to attach? What the heck? Where did my earring components just go? There they are. Now I just have to decide if I want them facing the same way? And if I don't, do I want them to face away from each other or towards each other? I think I'll have them out and facing away. Also, you can hardwire these or work harden these using your bench block and a nylon hammer, or you can flatten it in the middle of that box joint and it will tighten it up in case you don't want to do it. There we go. We have some earrings to go with our necklace. I think they're cute and dainty. I think it's perfect. Just as I think that the chain was the good option for finishing that. Okay, the other thing trying to think which direction I want to go right now. Oh, Cindy, you missed it, but I have plenty. I laid them all out on my mat so that if I used one, you weren't concerned that I wouldn't have any left for you. There are plenty left for you, my dear. So we'll figure out how many you want and go from there. This is drilled across the top that way, so we have to keep it that way. So it would be leopard down. I had one out with it and I moved it. It had a lot more of the brown color in it. And so I thought it was perfect. I think that's the winner for this. So we will need to wrap the top of it. I'm going to grab some 22 gauge wire to do so. I am not going to wrap down around to hide the wire on the side because I love this marking so much. I don't want to. I wonder if I used a really big jump ring, if we could do it that way, and then I wouldn't have to worry about the wire. Where are my, those are the oval jump rings. I want my circle jump rings. Why are they not right here? I can make one. Okay, I found it. Okay, this is a really big one. But again, thank you. I don't know if it will be big enough. I may get stuck having to wire wrap it, but I prefer, yeah, there's no way. I think if I went a little bit bigger than this, So it's gonna need to be probably the largest step of the bail making pliers is what I'm gonna try right now. I'm gonna pull out 22 and 20 gauge. I can always work harden the jump ring if I need to, because I believe that one is 7 millimeters. And I believe the bottom step, like the largest step, is 9. So I'm gonna roll a couple, just because pulling tight also work hardens, and I don't ever use the first wrap, so I like to have the option of cutting more than one. Sorry. Trim. Flip my pliers. Cut it flush. Go the other way. Okay. Let's hope. Everybody cross your fingers that this works, because I would much rather put it on a jump ring than do the triangle wire wrap. Even if I can just get, I'm going to pull it out a little bit, get it through the loop, and then try to ever so carefully squish it in together. Okay, does that look bad? Does it just look ridiculous? I just don't want to lose this and this. I don't want to lose that detail. So that's the one. All right, Mary, thanks. Okay. You know what I mean? If I do any wire wrapping at the top, I'm going to lose these. So, and I don't want to, because those markings are very pretty. So I can do a bracelet with a cheetah head. I just want to, this is a necklace I've been wanting to do for a while. I need to find the little, my little brown crystals, and I don't know why I'm just finding those, but there's some teardrops in the same color that we can use for earrings for this. Let's see here. Where are my little brown crystals? Those are what I've been wanting to use. I literally just had them in my hand. Where are they? And if you were wanting to ask, yes, I have plenty of those little crystal drops if anybody were to want some. I just had it out. What happens though is I pull stuff out and then I go and put it away so it's not in my way, but then I don't always remember where I put them. Oh, they're right here. So what I want to do is I want to use these crystals, and if these are the right color, I think those work very pretty. See these half flat back copper pearls. It will be a little monochromatic. We are going to pop some little gold spacers in, but I thought that those copper pearls with, or the beige crystals would look gorgeous with the copper pearls. What do you think? I'm going to put gold in. I can either do it with the little ball spacers that I just had out that we didn't end up using, or we can use like I have the little 5-petal bead caps that are really small that we could use. But again, I think that this would be like a really pretty combination. So we'll keep those out so we have them, because I wouldn't be mad about that. I think that would be pretty, but or I could bring in some black as well. Like we could bring in some spinel to go in between the crystals and the pearls. What do you think? I just have to decide which size I want. It'll be one of these two. It'll either be the 2.5 or the 3. I even have these itty bitty button copper pearls. I love those. They came in a great big baggie. And if you think that's too monochromatic, then I could use some rice pearls instead of the larger copper pearls. I can pull out some of my go-to pearls. Why am I not seeing this now? My brain isn't connecting A and B and C today. I don't think these are the rice pearls I was looking for, but I had them. I don't know. What do you guys think? Yeah, I was going to bring in the black. Okay, cool. Then that's where we will go. Because I think you're saying, yes, this looks okay, not, yes, I need to use the beige pearls. So if I'm misunderstanding, let me know. I am going to grab some of the copper, antique copper heating wire, because I don't have, wait. No. I want to use that for when it's, okay. We'll grab this out. Ooh. We have these little brass pearl or barrel shaped spacers. we could pop in instead of the gold, but I think you guys were saying you wanted the black. So this is what I have to decide how we're going to hook this on. If I do anything, it's going to be a very small oval jump ring. Not round, but just to get it facing the right direction. Let's see what this looks like. If we need to go smaller, I can go smaller. Use your pliers, Heather, not your fingers. Okay, let's pull this down. So I can use a smaller oval jump ring if we think that that drops it. Yeah, I want to use a smaller one. I don't like that. I definitely want to use a smaller one. If it was possible, I wish that I could have gotten crystals, like even if there were like just 3 of them, or if I could have strung like some spinel beads around it. But I don't know that that's possible. And it might be like something I have to have right in my face as I do it, rather than being able to show you guys. So, okay, there's that. That's better. Okay. You've got to decide what size we want to do with these. I could maybe wire wrap some of the little spinel on after we're done here. I will forewarn you that the hardest thing about working with spinel beads are that it is notoriously difficult to find the hole on them. It's literally the biggest pain. Sometimes I literally have to put them on my hand. Oh, if you guys were going to be this finicky, let me see if I have better luck with these. Yes, these ones I can at least see the hole on, or I can see like, am I going to have to go to the fine wire? Come on, guys. Oh, I'm going to have to go to the fine wire, I think. That will go in my scrap bag. The wire is silver, but I think it will be okay. Because I really want the black spinel, if at all possible. And we would only really see this at the top, and I could always use Let's see if that's easier. If it was just that, there's success. And then I pulled it off. Oh, and dropped it. This is going to be a blooper reel, I have a feeling. So, if you've got to get on with your day and don't feel like watching me sit here struggle picking up these beads, by all means, please do. I would prefer the larger one, but I don't think that's going to happen. Okay, put it back on my hand. See my skin through. Yeah. This, I need like a lighter background is the problem. I'm not able to see through. So let's see if I can see the hole, if this is the background. Because I should be able to see the green through the hole, and then I will know where to string it, and I can use my nail to kind of maybe, or it will just jump everywhere away from me. What the heck? We may have to forego this spinel and try to see other black that I have in my stash. And we could even, I know it would be a little, it might seem a little redundant, but I could take those tiny drops and put, instead of it going out, we could even do that, and then put a copper pull, or just the crystals maybe. What do we think of this? What do you think of that as the pattern? I may want to put a bead cap on it, the little flower one. I know it's very similar to the one I just made. So I'll understand if like you're not blown away by it. Wait, what was I going to do? Oh, gold. Purple. Gold bead caps. Nope, those are large hole. Oh, this might be one that I have to do off camera, in a video where I can like pause it and you don't have to watch me do all of it. Also, I haven't used any of these yet. So we could pull these out because it gives us both the copper and the black. And then we could do crystals in between those. And I also have these spacers that we have not used yet. I have not used any of these out of my Serengeti box. And that might be just what we needed. Okay, so no to the drops, possibly the crystals. I don't think I want to use the flatback pearls. They would be beautiful, but this would be, I think this is more BBB. This is like all of the components of this came from BBB other than the little barrel beads, which I'm not sure we're going to use. So I know you like blooper reels, Cindy. Makes you feel like you're not so far off from my skill level, right? Yeah, it looks nothing like what you're going to do. That happens to, yeah. You start off doing something, but I say go for it. If that's what you're like feeling like you should do, don't doubt it. Go for it. But since we're not going to be using the itty bitty beads, this is the sterling silver plated beading wire that Rosanna got me, and I would rather use that when it's needed versus right now. I also have the little tube beads here, the little black tube beads. I have used those. I'm just trying to decide what we want to put at the center that's going to fit right there. We might have to do two of the little. I got to find something that's going to fit right up against that so that it's not moving around the whole time. I also have these clear bronze lined seed beads. If you can't tell, I'm kind of a fan of them. And then this could be the necklace that I use the second strand with, that I made but haven't made a necklace to go with it yet. So we could finally get to use this, which is just the triangle beads and the little tube beads, because these tube beads are just big enough that the corners of the triangles don't bother me up against my skin. And that, I mean, hell, I could just put this on there and call it good, to be honest. That would be a beautiful necklace in and of itself, just the way it is. I also, what, you guys, why do I need jump rings? I don't need jump rings. Oh my gosh, Heather. Ladies. If one of you pointed this out to me earlier, thank you. If none of you thought to do this until this very moment, what were we thinking? Or not thinking? Oh, I did want to put the cheetah on it. We can put the cheetah on up here if we decide to do so. We can string it directly on the wire. Why were we... Heather, your coffee is gone. You have water or nothing. I can't believe we didn't realize that. Yes. I don't know why. I may put them back on. I still have another one that's the right size, but my goodness. Okay, so now we don't have to contend with the space there, and we can start with anything that we want. I think maybe the gold spacer beads. Hey, don't do that. No, that's too big. Let's start with these guys. I don't even know if I have more of those triangle beads left because honestly, they would be perfect right about now. Yeah, that's going to bug me. I think it's drilled too far down. That's going to bug me. Let's grab the little brass one and then the black. I don't like these gold spacers. I like the bronze ones better because they match the markings on the side of the black. So it's more bronze. So we could just pick these up. Fortunately, the only where are they, Heather? I have all of the like bronze beads that we could use as spacers, but I think these are going to be best. And y'all know how much I hoard these. So I think these will be pretty on either side of the crystal. Just to kind of ground it. Yes. All right, that's all it needed, folks. I love these dark antique bronze because that's actually what antique bronze looks like. When it patinas naturally or you put it in liver of sulfur, it gets this very, very dark brown color, almost black. Unfortunately, Bernie has no idea who he bought these from. So we got those. Oh wait, I forgot about the bronze. Or I mean the brass color. So Amy and I bought every single one that they had and split them. I would have bought them all myself. I tend to do that when I find something good at Bernie's. Yeah, I like that. And then we can just put a cheetah up in that secondary focal space that I was referring to, which is right at the collarbone. It helps to draw the eye up. I'm sorry, my bead mat is a god-awful mess. This is what it looks like when I design, though. So, do we like this? I know some people that will say, oh, you're just doing a stringing project. I oftentimes find a stringing project the most difficult for me because you don't have anything it's like it's there and that's it. So whatever you pair with it and how you string it is important, in my opinion. But, and I oftentimes follow Kelly Sutton and Sarah Lovecraft's, plus Rosanna says it too, that instead of trying to design the entire thing at once, you can just figure out the little pattern and then repeat it. And that it's easier. But I think I'm liking this. I like it directly strung on. What do you guys think? I can still put it back on a jump ring and possibly even get if you guys think it looks okay directly on the bead strand. Because another option is I could just put, I could use beading wire and put it around and crimp it at the top and then attach that. And it would be much easier to put crystals or other beads around it. I wonder if I have any more of those triangle beads left. Because that would kind of be cool to be able to bring that in as well. Stop falling over. One falls and then you all fall down. And this is not the one in bridge. Yeah, I don't know where those are right now. You think it is a little too high? Yes, stringing could be. Okay, so then we'll just take a smaller piece of beading wire and put it up and around. And I'll just use the gunmetal crimp so that it blends in because the gold will be too bright. So will the silver and the copper. So I think the best bet would be to use, like I said, use string wire. And I know that I have more of those triangle beads. I bought box extras of everything that month and then some. So I even bought an extra box that time afterwards, as many others did as well. Let's see. Those are the pearls. Yeah, I'm not seeing them right here. So we will just go with what we have and put a couple of little crystals around it. Here's the beading wire. And I don't want this loop to be too long. I want to keep it, but if I just did, I wonder if I did the gold, if I could just put alcohol, use my alcohol markers and color the crimp the same as this. I think I could. So I might try to use the gold, because that would be pretty. I think we need to do one more time on this side and then come around to the other side and then marry them in the middle. And I think just having the crystal on there will be good. Where is the flippy? I am not about to let this all fall off. You guys have been on here for a while now, so let's see here. It's even a good one. Okay. I think this looks better. You guys were right. Well, I wasn't seeing it. Like, I was not, yeah. I asked because I wasn't sure myself. But I appreciate that you guys feel comfortable being honest with me about that. It really does mean a lot because it allows me to be more vulnerable with you guys. So I really appreciate it. Okay, so I think now I want, no, there's 3 on this side. Okay, let's see where we're at. I might even just take, does it need to be wider? Do I need to add another pattern right there? So that it's, when it rounds up, it's more round like that? Or is this enough? And then I would have to put the gold crimp in one of those spots. Or I could even make it smaller too. And just use. So this is 5 of the crystals. Oh, like do it up in here? Are you saying that when I do this right here, I should go take this wire through one of these beads? Like so? If that's not what you meant, that's what we're going with because I love it. I hope this is what you meant because it actually goes this way. Because I love the way that looks. Get rid of the little wire. Use only the main wire. Okay, so I'm going to do what I think you're trying to tell me. But everything is coming off of this one for now. So that I am hopefully understanding what you're saying. I think what you were saying is to put this on and then do the same pattern I just was. Put a crystal on the other side and then loop it through the black bead, I think is what you were saying. Like so. Like that, Leah? Because I wouldn't have to crimp at all. I do want to add the little daisy spacer though. I want that bit of separation. Because then I wouldn't have to crimp anything right here. I could just crimp up at the top. Like, nope, it needs the barrel and then the other. Mm-hmm. There. There we go. Hold it up so you guys can get a better view. But like that, my sides are not even, so thank you. There's like half an inch difference now, and we're going to call that close enough. And then I will use the tiny brass beads next to give us some clearance from the focal before going to our, yes, perfect. I'm just going to try it. They may not fit, but if they do, it would be really cute. Yeah, no, that's not going to fit. Okay, start with the brass beads and then do the pattern using the rest of the beads. Okay, so then it's copper, daisy spacer, crystal, daisy spacer. I don't know why I'm saying copper because this is not copper. It's brass. And then back to the black bead. There we, yay! What do I want? This is the other reason I hoard these because, yeah, I like that better. Because I go to use it in a project and then I use them freely, I guess. Like, and then I'm like, man, Heather, you just use so many of those little copper things. You can't get enough. You can't get any more of. But it's okay. So how do we figure out that price? If it's something we can't replace, Rosanna, please. Okay. Yes, pull directly from your head. Good to hear that. Your head is a pretty place to be, it appears, Leah. Yeah, but how do you price when it's something that you can't replace? I don't think well, I have. I've been in the predicament before, but that's not when I was, um, wait, Heather, you did that wrong. I have to be really careful with my self-talk now that we have another Heather in our group. I don't want her to think that it's me or that I'm talking about her or for it to get stuck in her head because I said it. Oh, I like this. The cheetah up above, it actually goes this way, sorry. That's what it will look like. And then, like I said, I'll find two that are pretty, like, I think I want ones that have, like, the lightest face I can find, like that, or I fear that it will get too dark. So I'll probably use this one and I'll go and find one more that has a lot of white on the face because I think that's what will play nicely and lay like prettiest. I think that's the prettiest way to do it. Oops, put that other straight down. There we go. I like it. I like it a lot. Probably going to do I put the cheetah after a black bead or after a crystal? Like, does it go on right there? Or will it look better if I don't even know how many of these black beads I have? I should probably count that because they came in like I think the value bundle, and that was the one thing I didn't get more of, and I regretted it. So I have 1, 2, 3. So 3, 4. So that's 4, and then I have 1 left over. So do I want to save one of the black ones for after the cheetah, or do we just use the cheetah head as the place we connect to chain? If we do, the chain I would want to use is the oval. Hi, Beverly. Thanks for popping in. Or overpriced it. Yeah. I think I want to use this because it is more brass tone. And I think that because we have the larger black bead, it looks great. So this is the chain I'm going to use. So do we just want the chain coming right after the cheetah head, like so? Or do we want there to be at least one of the black beads above his head? Aw, thank you. I'm glad that you were able to catch us. That makes me happy. So let's see. I'm going back and forth now. Beverly, you finally caught us. What's your opinion? I only have 1, 2, 3, 4, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No. I only have 5 of the black beads. So where I'm at is, do I pop on a black bead and go to the cheetah head and then go black bead straight into the chain? What do you think? I can't decide. I have a lot. So you must not be live. Oh, your little cubby, isn't it the best? It does hold everything. The only thing that, and all, I have these up across the top now, and there's just enough room for the 24, 22, 20, 18, and 16 gauge containers. 5 of these fit perfectly up across the top. I don't know if you've had problems with the magical crimper, but I decided to do a little market research because I was still having problems with it. And I ended up finding these on an Amazon listing where it says generic and it's not sold by Beadsmith, but it is a Beadsmith plier because it came in Beadsmith packaging and has the exact same patent number on both of them. The only difference is the size of the head. So on this one, the little inner thing takes up all of the space. So I literally crimp one way and then the other way, and that's it. It's 2 times. Whereas this one has that little space above it. And I was constantly getting crimps that I wasn't happy with. And I love these. So if you're good, then don't worry about it. I decided I'd bring it up. Okay. I think I might want a crystal underneath. so that it's cleaner into the little cheetah. And then we could put one like directly from the crystal. I don't even think I want like a daisy spacer. No, I might want a daisy spacer. I'm so ridiculous. I don't ever know what I want, but I almost instantly know what I don't want. Yeah, that's perfect. I like that. And then we just have to decide if we're just going to continue along in the pattern or I don't know, you guys. I'm thinking that we might want to go directly into the chain above the cheetah head. And then I would have these to make earrings with or a bracelet, although it would only be like 3 beads. But I bet I could figure out a pattern with these, and some crystals. I think I could do it with only 3 without a problem. Okay, let me send you the link real quick. I have to go get the link again. Okay, Beverly, there's... Well, I don't know because I just pushed it wrong. I think it's the same. It is the same. Sorry, I just sent it a second time. It's okay. We don't need to. It's like there was an error. Try again. Nope, we're good. The first one went through. It was the correct one. So there you go. You can get on there. I'm glad you're getting brave, Beverly. I would love for you to be able to join in with us more often. You come on Beading Besties if you wanted to. Yeah, ladies, I think I'm probably going to just attach the chain right at the cheetah head. Because I like the way that looks. Then I have plenty of wire. I can just kind of sort of squish this along. Nope, this way. There we go. I think that into the chain, and I think that's going to be best. I'm liking the way this looks. Like I said, then I will have enough to either do earrings or a bracelet. And then I went into the crystals. That's right. And yes, you guys, I know. I am in a don't cover up any of the bead phase right now. I know I'm not using a lot of bead caps. I'm trying to just keep things. There have been quite a few pieces that I didn't even use like spacers on because I just wanted to celebrate the beads as they were, but who knows? This could be my last one. Here's the crystal. I love these crystals. This is another one of those things that I got and then I went and bought a ton of because I only have that one elephant lobster clasp and I love it, and it's gonna be for Selena. I have some more of those little cheetahs Then I have the giraffe. I've found a few other little ones that are also 18 karat gold plated. And so I'm making her like a little charm bracelet with them. So I have to save the other ones for that. It's so funny, you guys. I'm like, part of my everything is best direct connected is because I went from being so excited to make Selena gifts and everything else to terrified that I could possibly make her something that she could break or choke on or whatever else. So that's why, I don't know. When she was a baby, there wasn't an issue because she obviously wasn't pulling out it. So, yes. Oh, okay. Here, I will. Hopefully, this doesn't make anybody dizzy. I will show you what we're talking about. So, this is a little tool caddy that most definitely was designed by a beater. Absolutely. So, there's this bar here that holds the big spools. And then you could probably even get some of the large spools on this lower part, but I use that for my smaller spools, my bead tubing, and my stretchy cord. So I have that. It has this whole tool caddy that holds all of your tools, which there's a bunch missing off of this right now. I'm just at a point like I sit there and go, does that deserve a space? But it holds all of this. The only thing is I wish that this was from this to this, like a quarter to a half an inch wider for the thicker silicone tools because they can sometimes be hard to press in there. But there's a ruler down here in both centimeters and inches. Like I said, all of my copper, there's one missing right now, but all of my copper fits up across the top of this perfectly. It comes with two of these little hooks. So I have, this is normally my ruler one, but you know, Rosanna taught me that anything can become a place to set your stuff. And then on the other one, I have my silk cords. The only thing I wish is that this was maybe that there was like two little or even one little shelf in the middle there, just because there's like you have to stack things. So then you go to grab something and it's stacked and it's a mess. But I love it. It literally, here, let me take it off of this real quick and get it back over here without making anybody sick. You know when you get a product and it just works. Sorry. And it just works. And you know that it had to have been a beater that designed it. Much like the yarn bowls that are just like pottery bowls and they have like a little swirly that's open. And you put your yarn bowl down there and it's allowed to roll around in that, but you're not having to keep pulling yarn out and all of that kind of stuff. So, that was created by somebody who crochets and or knits. This was definitely created by a beater. Absolutely. Oh, I have the little stickers on the front. Those are some of my favorite scriptures. I have Proverbs 31:25. She is clothed with strength and dignity, and she laughs without fear of the future. There's Psalms 46:5. God is within her, she will not fall. Deuteronomy 24, for the Lord your God is he who goes with you to fight against your enemies to give you the victory. And then there is Psalms 34:17. The righteous cry out, and the Lord hears them, then delivers them from all of their trouble. And I will sit there and read those over. There used to be some more on the side that talked about her beauty and her strength and things like that. So it's literally like the most perfect thing that you can get. Hold on, let me see if it'll pop up quick or if I'll have to scroll through. Nope, there it is. I will get you the link for that. You will see the picture like, oh, if it is, then yeah. One of our fellow beaters, Renee, does prayer night on Thursdays at 7 p.m. my time. I'm not for sure, but and it's very nice. You can even, if you're working during that time, she does pray for those who are watching on replay or whatever else, and you can send her names of people you would like her to pray for, or if there's something you would like prayed for yourself, because you know where two or more gathered, there the Spirit is. So yeah, that little tool caddy it's $39. There is a 10% off coupon right now, so it'd be about $35 if you were to get it now. It is I cannot even tell you how many different tool holders I got. I got the little like A-frame ones. For a long time, I had all my tools around the outside of my drawer. But then every time I needed to shut that to get into the next drawer, I had to take them all off. It's the whole thing. I love this thing. It is the one storage thing outside of... Here, just a second. I'm going to take that off again, and then I'll show you. The other thing that I love, and we just got this shelf put up over here, and 2 of these fit on each shelf. But my Lazy Susans, oh my gosh, I have my chain up here, my metal beads here, down here I have my wire. That is finished jewelry. Don't get mad at me for storing it like that. But those are the 2 things that I'm so happy I had. It's great. Yeah, it changed it into, yeah. Heather, I sent you pictures. Let me see. It used to be my double flush cutters that I would send to like new bead. Oh, can I share that? It looks like only one of the pictures came through. Oh, Leah, that's so pretty. You need a quality shelf. Yeah. This is, oops. That's so pretty and whimsical. I absolutely love that. That's so pretty. Yeah, this is a bookshelf. I have a shorter one over in the other corner of my room. That's on. I used to have a little Lazy Susan tool caddy, but it didn't matter where I put it. It was always hitting something because it was so big that, and it's still over there, but, and then I need to get my light box cleared out because it became storage because I didn't have enough storage when my desk was facing the other way. But we truly are slowly but surely getting my room set up the most efficient way. Turning my desk the way it is now, where I have the closet behind me. I can have a bookshelf. The tool caddy's on a little shelf right here, which I also have my coffee mugs with my crochet hooks and my like thread burner and glues and all of that. I have my, sadly, Rosanna's mug broke. The handle broke off, but I still use her. And then, yeah, the only thing I would have liked was there at least one shelf put in the little opening that's just there. I don't know. I should look at the picture. So they had, in their picture, there's, what is that? Like glue and some kind of mat cover. I don't know. In the picture, they even show that the top shelf is wide enough that you could put more rolls of beading wire up across the top. So, I don't know. There's a couple people that, might end up being a Christmas present because I love it that much. Okay, let's finish stringing this. Sorry, I got off on a kick about tool caddies, but they're the greatest. I sent Leah one for her birthday. I know what I'm sending Rosanna for hers, but she's going to have to wait until she gets home. Well, maybe not. I might be able to get it out before she leaves. Beth got her birthday present, I don't know, 2 months early because I set her this like chunk of what's called ocean picture jasper, and it looks like a shore. Like the piece I got her, the bottom looks like sand, and then it has like a little piece that looks like the like foamy water that you get right up against the beach, and then it looks like water, and then you can actually see where it goes off into like sky. And I knew she would like that because the beach is like her place, much like it's my daughter's place. If Jericho's like having a lot of problems with her anxiety or something like that, she, like, Jason knows, take her to the beach. It used to be to go fishing with her dad, and now it's, okay, I think I like that one the best. I told you guys, I'm picky, even when it comes to stuff like that. Okay, so I scooched this a little bit too much, though. I did. Didn't leave myself any place to crimp. So, because I want to use the larger oval, oops, Heather, that's not scooched over enough. There we go. Okay, there we go. I am going to use gold, and then I'm going to grab my alcohol marker and color it after we're done here. But yeah, the ocean picture jasper is only found in Canada. So, and there's a guy that owns that beach. So, okay, like I said, I got to do a big loop. Again, I didn't give myself enough space. But I'm going to see if I can still get my big loop this. Oh, no, you can't, because you need to attach your chain, Heather. I don't know why I'm being so stingy with the beading wire over here. I can always move it back when I'm done. Okay, let's measure this before I add chain to it. It's coming out at like 5 inches, 10 inches. So probably 4.5 inches of chain. The clasp could go directly into one of these links. Because they're not soldered links, but they're also not, I'm trying to think of what the best word is. I'll use my old crimpers. Opening them is a chore and a half. No, I won't use my crimpers because that didn't work. But they're just as hard to cut. So, ugh. Okay, I think that's wide enough. No, I want you to come up with it. Thank you. Let's just grab the clasp and make that the clasp. So I don't have to fiddle with it later, but I want a really big lobster clasp. But still kind of sort of matches. The loops on this may not be big enough. Let's see. No, they're just barely too small. I'll just attach that with the jump ring. I'm not worried about it. So now the challenge is getting it to get back into shape, because there's no like easy way to do this. You kind of just have to, this is the one time where typical like openings, you can use other options. Okay, let's hold on to these using the 20 piece, the tiny piece of beading wire. Get the same length. Okay, we're opening it here. And these oval links aren't even like traditional. The opening isn't on the side. It's still at the top and or bottom of the link. Dang it, I dropped it. Ugh. This one might just get cut. If my heavy duty cutters are over here. I don't see them. Okay, so that's right here. Let's see here. I'm going to try to use my, there we go. I use my memory wire cutters. There we go. And we'll just attach the jump ring or the clasp using a jump ring. So this is one of the times that if I can feed the beading cord back in through the cheetah head, I'm going to. Come on. There we go. Okay. I will show you how easy these new crimpers are. So I'm just going to center the crimps, squish it once, turn it. I'm going to have to actually turn it this way because the cheetah head. And it's done. I still don't believe that 2 is enough, so I will keep going. Oops, I have a little corner right here. Fix that. There it goes. Okay. I'm going to cut it down here. And I did that because this is like heavier, bulkier chain. So I just wanted to make sure. Okay, this only has to be scooped just a tad. Keep that right there. Grab the crimp tube. Grab the other piece of chain. This crimp tube is being naughty. Oh my goodness gracious. Go back where you're supposed to be. I swear, sometimes my beading wires are in the midst of their terrible tube. Oh, dang it. I didn't close that back tight enough. Okay. Take two. Mm-hmm. Sorry, this one side isn't looking completely closed, which is why that came out just now, because there was a big gap up at the top. As you can hear, I'm trying to fix this. Okay. Put this back on. Yep. There. Did a little tug test, make sure. Get it back down and through. You don't want the beading wire to be, or the loop from the beading wire to be too small. So take it from this small loop loving lady that I'm trying to get the crimp tube centered, and then I'll pull the wire back where I want it to be. Squish and squish, and it's done. There's nothing. I'm not feeling any resistance. So there we go. Okay, have enough for a bracelet later. Now we just have to add the clasp, but I love it. It's like perfect. It even goes with what I'm wearing. So it's going to hit right about there, which is perfect. Right in between Becky length and sweater length, as I like to call it. Alrighty, we have to attach the clasp to one side. We don't really need a jump ring on the other side because the chain is its own it's its own clasp. I am going to, well, let me see. I might be able to use one of these because these aren't necessarily, oh, you can't see. These aren't necessarily oval shaped. They're almost egg shaped, and the oval shape would be too close to go over the width of this wire. That's why I'm choosing the egg one. If this one can't go over it, then we'll have to use a gold one, and I'll just make a chunky one Nope, that fits. Okay, where did I put the clasp? Did I put it away like the other clasp that would be pretty, but it's not the right color, would be this, the little S clasp. Did I really put that? Why would I put that away? It doesn't make any sense. This is also a double loop, and it's 18 gauge or 18 karat gold plated over brass. So that's why we're getting, like I've said, like the core wire is what determines the color of your plated wire, and even sometimes your like gold or silver filled wire. Oh, I love it. I love it. I love the chunky chain with the little crystals and stuff down here. It goes perfect. It's like the perfect color match for these beads. I love it. Love it, love it, love it. Where in California are you, Beverly? My daughter lives in Murrieta. Oh, you sent another pic. I want to see. Are we going to get videos, or are you still having issues with your camera, Leah? Oh, she sent this one. Look. Oh, that's so colorful and pretty. I'm a little embarrassed to admit this, but you see these little like red and pink rondelles? I was like, I don't know, there's not my thing. It's kind of made me feel like it's strawberry shortcake versus like adult whatever. And she's like, well, just, I got extras. I'm just going to separate them by color. And I was like, okay, now I feel like an idiot. I can just separate them. She is absolutely correct. I don't know why the thought never occurred to me. Okay. I want to do, I need this to be plenty long enough though, if I'm going to do it with the cheetah head. Is this one any longer? If it is. No, it's actually the exact same size. This should be long enough. So if we do the same thing over here, I need a longer piece because I want to use those gold. I might use those gold spacer beads for this. So I'm going to go ahead and cut a little bit longer of a length. You guys, I use it. You guys see me pull them out and use it. I have a whole baggie for them. I might just need to put a clasp and maybe a little bit of chain on this and just make, oh, I did do something to put something in the middle. So I might just do that. I might just hang a little cheetah head down from here and put a little bit of chain on the back. And it can just be one that people can use with it, but don't have to hit. This is about 9 inches and a squooch. Where the heck? Nope, that's the veil making plier. I have 3 tools now that have blue handles, and it's kind of driving me crazy. I need to get some of the like tool cover things, and then I will know what the tool looks like, because the Beadsmith ones are almost all black or black and gray. So it can be a little tricky. Okay, so if we start with that dude there, I'm going to just take one of these on either side. Dude, I could hang this from it. There we go. Or I'll use bronzite and then add this. But that would still be beautiful just like that. Okay, another project done. We can say that I made 3 necklaces and a pair of earrings, and now we're doing bracelets. So, easy peasy. Oh, I'm not going to use these this time. I'm going to use the gold spacers. I'm going to do this. I'm going to add this. I'm going to do that again. And then it's just going to be gold and the silver all the way down because I only have one other bead. But that's okay because I actually like this. I'm not going to lie, guys. I took apart that bracelet last night that I made last night. It was the first thing I did when I came in here this morning. It was made not in the best environment. So when stuff like that happens, I always will just take it apart. Okay, Heather, where are the little daisy spacers? Okay, Brian, please connect with me right now. By the way. And on this one. This is the pearls. And on those. Those are all wood. That's gold and black onyx. I know they're in a stacker. I just gotta figure out which one it is. That's what's going through my head right now. Oh, that one's too large. Taking stuff off my desk before I'm done designing is not the greatest idea. Something I'm sure all of you already knew, especially when my brain doesn't like to connect what my eye is seeing. Copper, silver, not in there, over there. Where is it? Okay, I might have to finish up the bracelet off of here because my brain must need a rest. So I will finish the bracelet and post a picture once I have a little brain rest. But yes. Yes. So I don't know where Santa Barbara is. Because my daughter's down by San Diego. She's an hour from LA and an hour from San Diego. She's like smack dab in the middle. But anyways, thank you guys for sitting with me. This was quite the I can finish it. They were literally under the Post-it note. I didn't take them off of my desk. Okay, let's go ahead and finish it now. Since I found it, oh my gosh, they were under that damn sticky note. That's funny. What the heck? Oh, goodness gracious. Oh, might as well finish it real quick since I found the little piece. Or the Daisy Sisters. That's too funny. So I didn't actually take it off my desk. I covered it up on my desk. Oh yeah, we're doing gold. I was like, wait, there's only one more black and gold, but I already knew that. I wish there was two left, but there's not. Then I could have made earrings, but that's why I'm using the gold spacer in this bracelet, because then I can make earrings using the gold spacer and it will all still go together. Not everything has to be like matchy to coordinate and go together. I rarely do multi-strand pieces. That's why that quote unquote second strand has been sitting up here this whole time, because I very rarely ever do that. So I couldn't figure out what I wanted. I probably just should have a long time ago said, okay, we're just going to make that its own. Okay, let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Crystal, where's the bracelet mandrel? I can put one more gold on either side. I'm going to go ahead and put a daisy spacer afterwards, just so if the gold crimp doesn't match directly, there's something in between it to kind of trick the eye a little bit. Okay, let's measure again. Okay, now it's right at 6 1/4. So if I ended it with the crystal instead, I should have done this as a stretch bracelet, because I could have popped this at the back, because they've got pretty big holes. I could have used that as a spot to hide the knot. No, I'm not going to restring it. I am, however, going to add a crystal to either side, because that'll get us at about 6 1/2 ish. So when we put the clasp on, it will be 7 inches. So still have these out. These are ones that came from Bead Box that already have all of the jump rings connected. But I like to direct connect. I will use that for the class, but oh, everybody waking up from their nap all of a sudden? What was that noise, Cooper? Okay. Cut off the extra. Let gravity do the weight instead of doing it myself and doing it too tight. And I've actually used soft like scraps and made like beaded infinity links using it. And I really like the way they came out. I did that maybe not this last challenge. Hey, 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 hey. Cooper and Griff. Cooper! Why do you taunt him following him around the room? Quit. They are perfectly good friends, except for at feeding time, and one of the girls was just, stop. Ay. The funniest thing is, it's like Cooper is bullying the one you would think would be the bully. His Griff is much bigger. Oh, we're at like 7.5. It's okay. I don't mind 7.5. 7.5 is okay. I think that's what I wear actually. But there's the bracelet. I'll probably do something for earrings using those and the crystals. But we did make 2 necklaces today. You didn't see the earlier one. Yes, I can show the difference in the crimp. I can. Do you want like on the wire, Tina, or do you want well, I'll just do it. I have that scrap that I would just cut. Nope, that's the wire. What did you do with the little scrap you just had, Heather? Not the one that's bracelet length, but the small one. Okay, so I will show you. And if it comes out perfect this time, you want me to show you on the wire or pop it up? It's the same crimp. The difference in the pliers is that the head of that one is so much smaller. It's literally half the size. So this one, the entire from one side to the other is the rounded part. On this one, if you see, there's a little divot there, and there's a little divot on the other side. So instead of getting a round and or like rounded square crimp, I kept getting one that looked like more, not an hourglass, but I had the perfect thing to show you what it looked like. If I can find it quickly. You know those little spacers that are like round in the middle and then they kind of like pop? Where are they? Okay. So my crimps were doing this, even with a helper. So you see how it has the little bit at the top and the little bit at the bottom? That's what was happening to my crimps. Only because their crimps, they were very sharp. So I wasn't getting the kind of crimp I wanted. I'll show you. I have a video. I just need to post it. But some people... I honestly did this to see if I could find a better crimper outside of the magical crimper. So this is the standard one that you get. And I can never... So that's what the crimp ends up looking like. There's some sharp... And then of course, it did it nicer. But if you look up at the top right there, there's sharp bits. Same with at the bottom. There's a little thing that flails out. Now, if I put a crimp on the other side, you put them where they belong, Heather. And I'm not, if your magical crimper is working for you, I'm not trying to make you go out and buy products you don't need. That's not what this is about. This was about, I set out to figure something out and I found something out. So these ones, even though they're half the size, I crimp once, twice, and this one might need a little, no, it didn't, but I have a hard time believing that that's enough. But look, it's just the bead itself. It doesn't have any of the sharp points up at the top and the bottom. And like I said, that's a decent crimp with the other crimpers. So I still have both, but these are the ones that I use, the finer ones. And I have two because I like to have two of each of my pliers or each of my tools when I can afford to do so. I like to have two. That way if something gets misplaced, I have another one. But I like the skinnier one a lot better. You get the corner pinches, the same thing. So you still have the sharp bit. I like this one, the thinner one, which is the link that I shared earlier. So I shared the link to this. But when you pull it up, I'm going to show you a picture of what you think you're going to get. And some people thought this is what I was trying to sell them, because this is what the picture looks like. But actually, this one is just called a universal one, and it says that it's patented, but I wonder if it's the same thing patent as everybody else. No. Yes, 694. You want? This is the same damn thing. That kind of annoys me. How can they put out all these different products that have the same? That's annoying. I didn't even notice that until right now. This is what I thought I was getting. And as you can see, it has the same little spot right there. Not so much of the top. The top looks good. It's this part, because it has a little lip right there. This has the same patent. So this might be what's known in the industry as a white label, which is where the original company allows them to put their packaging on the same tool, and they change it slightly. I have used the yellow one. This one here. Okay, so if we take this one out, this one isn't quite as prevalent, like the little divots, but both pairs of the longer handled squishy, these ones, both of mine have it. Every pair I've ever owned had it. And I always just thought, either everybody's crimps looks like that and they live with it, or I just didn't know how to use it. Yeah, and see, I don't know why, but with these, every time I'm closing my pliers right now, I'm feeling some sort of resistance. So this one still has the little bit of a sharp point up at the top, right there. And it is scratchy. So if that ended up on the inside of a bracelet, that's something that would drive me crazy. So I have a hard time selling it. Or selling the piece and or recommending this. If any of you are still on like talking whatever with Amy, tell her about these ones that I shared the link for. She mostly uses clamshells, or she was back then, but because she got the same thing and she didn't like it, so she just would, it doesn't matter, she would just use the clamshells instead, because she could never get a nice crimp with the magical crimper. I think she would be able to do it with these I literally squeezed twice. That's it. So this wasn't to go out and dog anybody out or to say that a company was that. It's obviously the same company putting the tools out and allowing. That's why if like you go to Hobby Lobby and you buy the label, it says one thing, but when you get to the bottom, it's still Wire Elements wire. You open up another one from somebody else, and when you go and you look at it, the white sticker is still the same. They're using the patent number basically as a white sticker, and all they're doing is changing something about it. If I remember correctly, the yellow one does have a narrower thing as well. Let me see. Where's my caliper? There it is. Okay. Reset. So the one we all have been using for forever, the top is 3.38 millimeters. Okay. The yellow one is the same. But you get to this little purple one, and it's 2.7. Oh, you guys, I'm sorry, I wasn't even. So we'll start with the little one because it's the one in my hand. 2.76 millimeters wide. This one is 3.32. And the yellow one, I might have lucked out and just got a nice crimp. Same thing. So, but the yellow ones don't seem to have that metal point across the, when you, okay, because you see right there how this one has like, come on, has like that little, it's not going to show, I'm sorry. There's an extra piece of metal. And so on this side, it's not all the way around right there. See how the other side, it's more round, whereas this side looks like a half moon almost. That's what's causing the issue. For me. I will never claim that my way is the only way. I will never claim that my tool is the best tool that every single person should be using because that's the only tool that will get something done. That's not the case. It really isn't. I'd let you guys know what works for me. You guys know that I have several disabilities. And so if it's easy for me to do with my hand, it's easier for other people to do it that have similar issues with their hands. So I don't ever go out looking to find something to sell you. Like, that's not what my agenda is. I used this tool caddy for over a year before I ever started talking about it. This one was immediate. I'm going to put up the video because you will hear how shocked I am at how easy this one was to use the first time I ever used it. I still have the video, so I will put it up there. But I went out looking for something for me, not to like buy something. And like I said, I'm probably going to sell or send Beadsmith an email and say, hey, FYI, I love your tools, but this should be the width of the, oh, so did I put it up already? Have I put it up? Because I haven't. It's literally the name of the video is like, not all magical crimpers are created equal or something like that. But I really like these. So I really do think that I'm going to send Beadsmith. I'm a little ticked that I didn't realize that the patent number was on all of the pliers that I bought, yet they're not all the same. So that's interesting. But anyways, guys, I'm gonna let you go. Okay, I'll put the video up later today. I'm gonna go. I hope that you guys all have a wonderful day. And until next time, which is tomorrow morning, happy beading.